Nova Scotia's EMO asked to use the hall as a registration centre for residents of Portapique who had fled their homes. An RCMP officer was posted here in a cruiser. By this time, police were on the hunt for the shooter, who they knew was impersonating a police officer. At 10:30 a.m., 2 RCMP officers fired multiple shots outside the hall. Sources have told CTV News the officers thought they were firing at the suspect when it was in fact a fellow Mountie.
This program is brought to you in part by...
Why don't you get yourself some turned-down collars, Poirot? They're much more the thing, you know.
The thing, Hastings? Do you think Poirot concerns himself with mere thingness?
No, I see that.
The turned-down collar is the first symptom of decay of the grey cells.
You know, I just think if people keep pushing, I can't, first of all, thank enough all of the hard work. There's 3 fellow YouTubers who are working very, very hard with me on this one. Rage in the Cage, Steve LTT, and Just My Stupid Opinion. Just plugging them, sorry. But they are fantastic guys, really been busting their humps here. And, you know, stepping up to the plate, because there's a certain amount of risk saying certain things. And also, likewise, all of the people who are volunteering information and time, which, like I said, over on the Discord or sending me anonymously information, it is fantastic.
Hello! Merry Christmas. Belated. Hope everybody had a super one. Bunch of articles came out in the last few days. I'm going to go through definitely the Paul P one. Hey, Harles, how's it going? Jumbo. Audio working here? Audio working. I think it is. We'll go with that, right? Have to. How was everybody's Christmas? Now, just so that we get that out of the way, all the contact information is down below. I do know that somebody was looking to contact me. Thank you for those of you who have reached out to me. I seem to be getting quite a bit more information. Very good. Thank you. This is how we do it. Together, right? Happy Bagel Day. Okay, Jumbo, I'm not even going to touch that. I have a little meme I made. Where did I put that? Is this it? Okay, if I push this button, then something should do something. There we go. We'll just leave it at that. I think I had something on my Twitter about it. Now, that's good for Todd. Todd will like that. Harles, Nick Lou, and the notification worked. Isn't that amazing when that happens? All right, so we got a new article by Paul P. They're really working the propaganda crap overtime. I would like to do the stuff about the CTV video that popped out. Thank you for Anonymous for letting me know about that. I guess it's over on the Discord. A pair of Nuknuuks and all kinds of questions. There are many mysteries and unknowns about what actually happened during the two Nova Scotia massacres. 13 people killed at Portapique on the 18th and 9 more murdered the next day, well after the RCMP were called, responded, and knew Gabriel Wortman was the killer. One piece of evidence that has gone virtually unnoticed has a Cinderella quality about it. It's a pair of Nuknuuk slippers. I wonder if I have the picture of the box. probably do somewhere. I know I do for sure, but they sell for around $55 a pair, sometimes more. These are pricey shoes. Popular at Costco. Good old Costco. Oh dear. How's it going? Are you talking about how bogus? It's a bogus holiday. I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything. Grinder. Good afternoon. Gosh, is that what time it is? It is. I've been up all night. I think I had a little sleep. The Costco. Yeah, Costco. Alex McLean. How's it going? The pair in question was listed as a piece of evidence on page 87 of contested informations to obtain warrant, the ITOs. Which, and I will try, I realize that people have asked me about that. It's not that I'm trying to keep stuff. I'm technologically an idiot. I don't know how to use the Google Drives box nonsense whilst keeping, other things secure and stuff like that. So I think Steve might be taking care of that. So the ITOs are en route, everything that we have up until this point. So please do be patient with me. LB, good afternoon. OG, Jill Wolf, Will Koenig from Saskatchewan. Thank you, Will. Well, thank you to everybody. Everybody here is doing such hard work. It's amazing. Gary, what's happening? On 87 of the contested ITOs, which various news organizations have spent a king's ransom trying to find out what the police are hiding under the swimming pools of black ink. Well, now we're into white, right? Now they just have white pages. Perhaps I should, bring some of these up. You guys, most of you have seen them. But for those of you who haven't, they're quite horrendous to actually look at. Very sad. Let's just take a sample. Where am I going here? Somewhere like that, I think. I have a folder named something. I should be careful with that. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so if we take the latest batch, is it? No, this isn't the latest batch. I went through this one a little bit the other day. I believe it has the whiting out nonsense. Quite sad that they're into that now. Oh, no, this one's actually the mostly unredacted until you get into some strange things like Joey, etc. Anyways, not to interrupt Paul's writing here. Let's get back to that. Which various news organizations have spent a king's ransom trying to find out what police are hiding under the swimming pools of black ink. Oh, there's my little guy. Almost had to put him down the other day. Are you going away now? Yes, of course, and they don't release many of these warrants. That's very interesting. They spend all kinds of money. They don't want you to see it. Nadine Sarti. Hello from Bridgewater. Welcome. Good afternoon. You guys got some nice weather down there. Now, moving along. Page 87 of the RCMP details items it found behind 123 Ventura Drive. The site is next to the DeBert Diefenbunker tourist attraction. I should have got my Diefenbunker mug. tourist attraction that is a monument to the Cold War era. It was one of the 2 nuclear fallout shelters constructed by then Prime Minister John Diefenbaker. The other one is near Carp, Ontario, west of Ottawa. It's an interesting place. Poorly marked on the road. Apparently, Wortman was fascinated with the structure and the notion of crawling into a hole and riding out the conflagration. Brian McDonald, the owner of Brian's welding shop, 2 to 3 dozen motorcycles, at 123 Ventura Drive, knew Wortman. After the shootings, he wondered if Wortman had been on the property on the night of the 18th or in the morning of 19th. Messina, I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. Hello, Angela. Messina Drive runs off of Ventura Drive next to the welding shop. It's actually more of a laneway, about 100 meters in all. A dirt roadway to the right runs behind the welding shop. McDonald used to have a structure back there near the woods where one could presumably park a car under, but it was knocked down a while ago. When McDonald went and searched the area, he stumbled upon items that was likely linked to Wortman. Police say he called them on April 26th. Okay, this is interesting. That was the day, I believe, the articles ran. April 26th, same day. And the Mounties charged out to conduct a search of the area. This is what they reported finding: ammo packing, Nuknuuks slippers, metal holder and bracket, high RCMP boots with Wortman inside. I don't know if it was boot or boots. RCMP Sam Brown belt and holster, restraint control module, municipal radar with antenna, and a coat hanger. There was something about a light bar. Uh-oh. But I don't know if that's disappeared now. 2 days later, Constable Mike Wolcock obtained video footage from the Farmhouse Bakery. That's in the nice little slideshow of stills, crappy stills that they gave us, trying to pass off as actually some kind of evidence. I don't know. What a joke. At 41 Ventura Drive, near the intersection with Plains Road, the surveillance camera hangs high on the wall of the building and is easily seen from the street. The document reports that a review of the footage taken by the camera shows Wortman entering Ventura Drive at 23:12 or 11:12 on the night of April 18th. That would neatly fit. Neatly. Should put it in quotation marks. Neatly fit the latest timeline for what happened in Portapique. Latest timeline. Let's keep going with the story. It's like, what was that, Paul? What was his name? Paul. Maybe you guys know. Hey, here's our friend, Concan. Just say up yours. I'm not saying that to Concan. Mark Evans, Angela French. Remember the Paul guy? Paul? The rest of the story? Now you know the rest of the story. The latest. Oh, somebody's face bringing me, I think. I know these bingings and bangings. Let's start with a thumbs up. Oh, wow. You're too kind, Gary. You're too kind. There's also a Diefenbunker by Penhold. Okay. Don't want to interrupt too much. Sorry. Hey, I have shiny things. Wortman was last seen leaving the area at 10:45. Or was he? and passed through Great Village at 10:51. It would take him about 20 to 25 minutes to get to T-Bird, depending upon the route he took. Well, I might have to take issue with the 10:45. Stop here for a second, or we have a problem. We have a problem with the road. Had a phone call with somebody this morning who was kicking my ass all the time about the road. Maybe, just maybe. Stop here for a second. The RCMP has been playing games from the beginning of this file, shading the truth wherever it could. The RCMP has reported on some of the sightings of the replica, in quotation marks, police car, but not all. And the RCMP has focused only on that car. Smelling white truck. I haven't read this, of course, as usual. What's going on with my dog? At least he's still alive. Were there any other suspicious vehicles passing through the area ahead or behind Wortman? In other words, was he alone at all times? Do remember, there was a major incident going on. Lots of RCMP driving around. Might that explain some of the surveillance photos? A looming question from the outset is the location of all of Wortman's vehicles and other accessories. In the original call logs from the Truro Police Department, it shows the RCMP were interested in not only finding only Wortman and his replica police car, but also searching for his F-150 pickup. Hi, Chai. Truth and all. Shiny things. Makes me rub my hands together like a banker. Oh, I can't put that up. What are you talking there? Don't be doing that. Back to the bakery. Oh, wait, sorry. F-150. That vehicle has never been accounted for by the police. I do recall somebody showing something about that on their channel months ago. The RCMP didn't happen to find it in the field, did they? And while they were at it, they didn't come across Wortman's Zodiac boat. It seems to have gone missing too. Back to the bakery camera on Ventura Drive. Much credit also, to, I always interrupt, I know, Frank Magazine, okay? This is behind a paywall. They haven't given me any problems yet, thank you. I'm fairly certain Andrew is aware. Thank you very much for sharing that, at least with us, so that we can partake. Those of you who have not subscribed, I have and have been a subscriber since the beginning of this. Please do subscribe. I should stick this subscription info in down below, and then everybody can have a Frank time. Frank's an interesting magazine. Give me one moment, please. One moment, please. Subscribe. What is this? Is this the online subscription? Oh, no. You want the print one? The online? Online. Okay, so here's the copy. Paste. Okay. And I'll put that in the info after the video is done. So please do subscribe to Frank, because that's how Paul is getting out. And we must do what we can to support Paul. And Frank has been very good from the beginning. He's asked some very good questions. Would like to know about the full interview that he did with Paul. But moving along. Can't have everything, can you, at Christmas? That vehicle has never been accounted for, and the Zodiac boat seems to have gone missing too. Back to the bakery camera on Ventura Drive. It shows Wortman leaving the area at 5:43. Did it show Wortman? You subscribed? Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Nick Lou, also. D2C. Is that you, Dan? You left the Discord, Dan, if that is you. So get in contact with me. Please review the pictures of the surveillance pictures. Please review them. They're crap, like real crap. Couldn't tell anything on some of them. You can't even tell if it's a taxi cab, what it is. And this is what your police force is furnishing as evidence. No, sorry, can't tell anything. Don't tell me that. Move along. Especially after you're lying all the time. Repeatedly. 5:43 on the 19th, on his way to initiating the second massacre, during which 9 people were killed. The timing raises questions because his next camera appearance is at 6:29 on Hunter Road, supposedly en route the house of Sean McLeod and Lana Jenkins. He killed them and neighbor Tom Bagley. Special prayers to all the families. The trip from DeBert to the spot on Hunter Road would have taken him 30 minutes or less. Sometime he was spent parked behind a gas station on Highway 4 in Wentworth, not far from Hunter Road, but no one knows how long he was there or why. Back to Ventura Drive on April night, on that April night, the RCMP says Wortman parked his replica police car behind the welding shop. The RCMP say, although, for all we know, Wortman could have driven out the other end of Masstown Road. There are drivable pathways in the area from which he could enter and exit if he indeed stayed there. It was freezing cold. He would have had to keep his engine running to stay warm. Police say he disregarded the above listed items there, or discarded. He might have run out of gas. Oh, might have to stop at the gas station for some more gas. Well, he's the most hunted man, stopping for gas. In a visit to the site a few months ago by this reporter, citizen investigator, and a McLean's reporter, citizen investigator. Okay, that's a member of our group. Thank you to them. Big thanks. Reporter, McLean's reporter, the evidence of the RCMP search was still visible. Ribbons were tied to the branches of the trees attached to the brush where the items were found. Some of them were close to where Wortman would have parked. Others were about 100 or more feet or more away in different directions, as if somebody had heaved them as far as he could. It was dark and so cold in the night, April 18th, that it seems improbable that someone would walk through the brush, place the items where each landed. Also, there seems to have been more ribbons than items reported, but no accurate count of the ribbons was taken. Some of the things found were not surprising. He rid himself of some of the things, Mountie clothing and paraphernalia, which I'm not sure exactly how those boots would do him any good or why he would have them. The list is crap, including the hanger. Some of it traveled on, but not everything. He still had enough left over to look like a real Mountie. Well, it's because he was wearing a real Mountie uniform. On the authentic as Campbell said. On the second leg, one of many, on the second leg of his spree, it all begs the question, why did he bring the clothing on a hanger? It's as if he was packing for a trip, not a murder binge. Then there are the other things he jettisoned. He had a radar unit and an antenna. Why get rid of that at the time? He was still using the car. What difference would it make? Look, the light bar seems to have disappeared. Anybody you remember light bars? Light bars. Oh Dear has some excellent videos. Yes. Very good. So please, down below, subscription information for all of the great YouTubers helping. And Oh Dear has been really working hard. Talk to you later, Ashley. What difference would it make? And then there is the restraint control module. In a Ford, like the one he was driving, the RCM, as it is known, is hidden. It records the time of nearly every collision, near collision, rollover, or deployment of airbags. These things have been around for a long time. They're very interesting things, the RCMs. Underneath the steering wheel. Have to buy older cars to go undetected. One has to know what he's doing. It was a bitterly cold night. He would have had to disconnect the power and let it sit for a while. The RCM also has its own power source and must be handled carefully. To remove, one has to have tools such as screwdriver, socket wrench, and proper fitting. Did Wortman carry a toolkit with him? Why did he want to get rid of that feature? Was he preparing for defenses in the event that he was going to ram another vehicle and not have the airbags deploy? Is it how he got the upper hand on the slain RCMP officer, Heidi Stevenson, that day? RCM models do have GPS built into them, even on older cars, some of them. So I'm wondering if that's why, but could be wrong. Mind you, new cars do, period, so they would be able to find him. Then there is the footwear. When he started out the night in Portapique, was it shoes he was wearing? It seems highly unlikely. Initiated, I'm smelling boots, another pair of boots coming up. But let's see. Initiated a killing spree wearing riding boots or Nuknuuks. Blood evidence? Nuknuuks? Blood evidence? If he had run, if he had to run, those boots were not for anyone who needed to be fleet of foot. Ditch them in the weeds behind the welding shop. And the RCMP person who is very kindly helping us out, hi Beth, very kindly helping us out. Well, I guess the main RCMP person who is helping us out. These things are impossible to get on, number one, and useless as something on a bull. So, no. Not sure why he's got them. Next is the pair of Nuknuuks. Why would Gabriel Wortman toting Nuknuuks around in his killing spree? Are they men or women's? What size are they? If they were his, was he planning a sleepover somewhere? And if they weren't his, well, whose were they? Another anomalous footwear fact, here we go, has been raised by Charlene Bagley, daughter of Tom Bagley. My father's boots were missing. Charlene said in a recent interview, of course, you can go and watch that previous video. Excellent. Wow. So strong. A point she also made in the widely shared social media post. They were never returned to me, and the RCMP can't explain why they're missing. I think Wortman took his boots. Begs the question, did Wortman go shoeless to Hunter Road? Once Wortman had killed McLeod, Jenkins, and Bagley, he began hunting others on Highway 4 in Wentworth. There he killed Lillian Heislip out for a Sunday morning constitutional. I like that word. It's not it's used seldom now. Sad. Constitutional. He dodged a passing Mountie car, hid out, and then headed back north, past where Hyslop was killed, then turned right down Plains Road. He returned to the area of Ventura Drive. Was he going there to reclaim some of the things that he had thrown in the field? Was he planning to hide there? Did he see too many people and change his mind? A few hundred meters away from Ventura Drive, he killed VON nurses Chris Beaton and Heather O'Brien, and then continued on the area to Onslow and then Truro. The presence of the Nuknuuks as evidentiary materials raises all kinds of questions. Were they perhaps a present he might be given from his common-law wife, Lisa Banfield, for their 19th anniversary, which they had celebrated the night before, in the outdoor fireplace at Wortman's Cottage 200 Portapique Beach Road? There was an empty Robinka shoebox. I should have got that photo. Sorry. Too many photos. In a winner's bag. Did the RCMP really find the Nuknuuks, or are they using it as a euphemism of a kind of slipper like tissue paper is called Kleenex? Copyrighted. Can't be using that. The Nova Scotia government apparently bought 200 Portapique and all that remained of it. 900 square foot deck, outdoor kitchen, stone fireplace was raised recently. You can see that video earlier. Thank you to, I don't know what they want to go by. Anonymous? I'll call them Anonymous. How's that? Very good researcher. Big help. As are all of you, of course, over here. So thanks very much. Again, huge credit. One of the 380 Nova Scotia citizen investigators from the Discord, as it's known, is known as the Discord. Checked this site for Frank recently and found that everything was gone. Thank you. Anonymous? Or, I don't know, the sad mafioso. Everybody knows. The fact that the Nuknuuks were linked to the replica police car takes us back to the presumed beginning of the story. 8 months later, what exactly happened has never clearly been articulated by either the RCMP or Banfield, who refuses through a lawyer to speak to the media. Most of what is publicly known is a series of unsupported, conflicting rumors. Terrible. Not clearly. This is, yeah, no, terrible. Not clear at all. According, transparent. Trust is important to us. According to one of the earliest renditions, Banfield had gone to bed around 9 p.m., an incredibly early hour, one would think. She was reportedly awakened by an enraged Wortman and tied, restrained, or handcuffed, allegedly in the back of a decommissioned police car, not the replica police car, from which she escaped. Banfield's story seems to be that she was terrified. She ran terrified into the woods, discarding the jacket so that searchers could find her. A derp. Did she throw away her footwear too? Well, that would mean somebody ran in there and got it. I'd like to know, metal detector, where the fuck are the handcuffs? Houdini? Missing? In action? Oh, no, sorry. They're going to have to write that one in now in the latest ITOs that will be coming out. Because she's carrying around a hacksaw in her back pocket, don't you know? Banfield reportedly moved around the woods all that night, ignoring the calls that this is the police, because apparently after 19 years being together, she wasn't sure if the voice calling was Wortman's. Well, very few people seem to have seen her down there. I don't know. It is incredulous to believe that Wortman would let her go barefoot outside on such a bitterly cold night, especially since the official documents have him warning her to be careful not to slip in gasoline he was pouring on the floor of his cottage before he set it alight. Handcuffed. Spousal. So he doesn't kill the person. He's worried about them falling down. They lose their coat in the woods because they're wanting the police to find them so they don't freeze to death. It's just, no. Logic, terrible. Hey, Kendall, what's going on? Wendy Wong. Hello. And that was like one of the only quotes that's actually attributed to him in the summaries, written, of course, by Angela. Howard, former CFSEU, who didn't want and didn't expect those ITOs to be made public when they are public property. Period. End of story. Always. Sorry, Angela. Perhaps you should go back to CFSU, where you did almost all your service. Drugs. CFSU. At 6:30 in the morning, just as the police decided to call it a night and go home, he killed himself. Don't worry about it. In the middle of a mass murder investigation, no suspect accounted for. No worries. It's okay. Banfield miraculously appeared out of the woods, knocked on the door of Leon Jowry. Called the police for her, but has said he didn't and doesn't, to this day, believe her story. As pointed out in the previous article, Jowry said, quote, she was out there for 8 hours or so. When she came to my place, she was wearing spandex and yoga pants. She had no shoes on. Her makeup was perfect. And she said she was in the woods. I live in the woods. Her hands were clean. Her feet were clean. She didn't have a pine needle on her. The woods around are messy. A rabbit couldn't get through them cleanly. I didn't believe her story, and I told the police who were there that morning that I didn't believe her. I don't know what happened, but I think it isn't what she said happened. Go back also the earlier links. Perhaps somebody wants to drop that in there. That's fine. That'd be great. Also, Leon's interview, and that was a big interview. That was what brought it out. Great stuff you guys are doing. Awesome. Most importantly, perhaps, is that Jowry didn't notice. And of course, obviously, Paul. We're all trying to get this done. Jowry didn't notice any. That was the important one in that interview. Any injuries or scrapes on her wrists or hands, which would have been consistent with her struggling handcuffs, which experts say would be impossible this side of Houdini. Isn't that funny? Banfield arrived barefoot at Jowry's house. It wasn't suffering from hypothermia or frostbite. As far as we know, all her toes and fingers are still attached. And also, she was not injured. Visibly. So you could say, well, maybe her ribs were broken or something, but do remember she was jumping around enthusiastically. I've broken ribs. I know how that feels. Or I've had them broken. Whatever the case, look at it is. If Nuknuuks were Banfield's, that seems to suggest that she may have been in the replica police car that night. If not, where else could she have been? It's fair to ask, was she actually in Wortman's missing F-150? Does she know where it is? While we await those answers, the big Cinderella questions remain. What size are those Nuknuuks? Were they men or women's? And once again, who do they fit? It is imperative for the RCMP or Banfield give us, for lack of a better word, a franker explanation on this and everything else. And there's Paul's contact information. And also, if you contact us, it will get through to Paul, most assuredly, because that's the way it works. Working together, that's how it gets solved, right? So please do continue to submit tips, contact information below. There were a couple of things in this article. So let's look at the picture once again. I can't remember when we did that, right? Of Shub, great citizen investigator, and person who provided that was the F-150. Where is that? If I can find it. Too many things. And I can't see. Let's do extra large because I'm extra blind today. I don't know why I don't have the, oh, here it is. That is a 2017 F-150, white. Crew cab, short box. The lights on the brake lights are on here. Somebody is in here. This person has never been accounted for. Who else do we have on the scene? Well, we have the supposed gunman. We also have Joey Weber's not silver tracker, as the CERT report continues to say, which is bullshit. I mean, if they are that stupid, they really need to go to special needs class. No, this is an Explorer. Or Joey Weber's vehicle was an Explorer. So are they saying it wasn't an Explorer that was there? Because then, well, we've got a serious problem. So it's either you do some very bad research and writing and non-investigating. Why is there somebody on scene whilst the murderer was here? The picture that was provided on W5, I think, is highly interesting because it's cropped. All we ever got was the stuff right over here, right? Basically, and it's a picture slightly later, and could be from a different angle, slightly, but very, very well photographed, much clearer than this picture. So the silver tracker came, yes, Keys Gaspar, which is also currently been fined, pled guilty, tax fraud. Everybody in this story seems to have problems. Ford Escape. Sorry, my apologies. Ford Escape. Well, I can go and find out. I've got the messages. My apologies to the family. I can go and find out right now, actually. Because I asked specifically when I saw the CERT report again, just because I didn't want to make a mistake. I don't like it when, we get labeled as, what is it, conspiracy or some nonsense? I was saying somebody last night, name me one time we've been wrong. Name me one time, funnily enough, we predicted a lot of stuff. Not only predicted, proved it because of great research coming from all kinds of super great people, right? Okay. And no, it's not the tracker. No tracker here. That's over in the CERT report. Only 9 months later. So there's that issue. Now, additionally, So where is this white truck? We've been asking that for months. Where is it? Where is the person that is in this white truck? Wortman had an F-150. It has never been accounted for. Many vehicles are seemingly missing from this story. 1 to 2 police cruisers, according to the warrants, 1 to 2, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 to 2, because it's a bit fuzzy on the number of police cruisers, undercover police decommissioned cars. The F-150 is missing. I can't remember if the Jeep did or did not get burned. I believe it did. But then in the last video, I talked a lot about the motorcycles and where are they? 2 to 3 dozen. Paul refers to Brian McDonald. 2 to 3 dozen fabrication of motorcycles. Don't fabricate dirt bikes. No, you fabricate some other kind of bikes. And yeah, I'm aware of some other details on that end, but need to tie that all together at some point. So yes, there you go, Cheryl. So there's the photo. Thank you very much to the people who share. Excellent. See, this is how it gets done. And this was a long time ago. This is a long time ago. It's just like the videos we got early on. Now, I was told that there was a new video CTV just happened to discover. I haven't actually witnessed it myself. I heard in the Discord. I don't often go in there, but there was, and that's not to say that I'm not paying attention. It's just it filters through. I just don't have as much time as I'd like. Chiang Love, how's it going? Yes, where are the motorcycles? Lots of motorcycles. Lots. Not dirt bikes. Oh, really? Really? That is interesting. Didn't know that. See? What it all time. New stuff. New stuff. Hey, Chiang. I will be calling you. It's on my list. Big list. I think it's here somewhere. Gray Hyundai, police jumping out of it, shoot at same one picture, burning police cars on the highway. Okay, before I touch that one, I just want to go back to Paul's article. He talked about Charlene and the boots. Now, the boots are not the right color. That was discovered on Mr. Wortman. Mr. Wortman's boots were not the same color as Tom Bagley's. So why is he missing boots? Where did they go? Mr. Bagley also was quite a bit shorter than Mr. Wortman. And he stood about 6'3". Usually the foot keeps size with height, generally. Shaquille O'Neal, you know, with the shoe size, like my body. Oh dear, oh dear. Which is this? Sorry. Oh no, did I close that window? Balls. Balls. Okay, there may be an echo here for a moment. No. Balls. Oh, okay, you get to hear balls again. Is this the new video? The CTV? Excellent eyes, whoever found.
Difficult to come by in a crime scene that spanned.
Let's see, is there anything else interesting in here? Oh, there we go. Now, thank you. Thank you, oh dear. I think I might have to download that from you. You're not going to hit me with copyright, all right? There's the red car. Person who didn't want to have anything to do with this. Now, I understand people are in different places, and I understand, but I also understand the families. And people who saw things really need to help them get their closure. Now, I want you to ask yourself, as was asked many times over here, angles on the pictures all over the place. Big Stop, well, two particular ones, Big Stop and Shoup. We've never, ever, ever had an angle like this. This was recorded on the 27th, was it? I believe. 27th was aired. My apologies, aired on the 27th. That was a witness, the red car, and they declined, or somebody from their family declined to help with that. I don't want to go beyond that, but they were not very polite about it, and they were asked from Steve, who was acting on Tara's behalf, and he explained that quite clearly. We're looking for answers to help our friend. Could you please help? And he was summarily dismissed and blocked with some rude words. Now, so anybody, please come on. This is fucking nonsense. I understand fear. I understand that there's probably fear in all kinds of different areas here. The only way that you deal with fear is you overcome it. How you overcome it is you deal with it, right? You face it head on. And there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people on the Facebook group. There are thousands and thousands, and the group, it just grows and grows and grows. No matter how much they try and bury us, it grows. So there's a lot of people behind you, a lot of people in Nova Scotia. So please do the right thing, because if that's your family member, you certainly would want other people to help you. I don't like to guilt people. I really don't. But I also understand obligation. Burnt bagel. As a good citizen, right? Just like everybody in the group does. All the Discord. I don't know. We're going to have to get a name. I thought we had a name for it last I checked, but I guess it's the Discord. Lisa Dean. Lisa, hello. Hello. Maru9. Okay. Hello. So how is it that this much time can elapse, right? We're now over 8 months. And suddenly, well, we just had this footage in our backyard that shows this angle. We just never shown it before. You didn't need to know, right? You know what I say? Gatekeeping. Because it's not the only time it's happened. It's happened a lot of times. Gatekeeping on whose behalf? 600 million? Reasons why you might want to say nothing and help our employees who are misbehaving, acting probably illegally, most probably illegally. Why is the media covering that up? Why is this video emerging 8 months later? I'm going to put together a montage of different incidents. Those of you who are aware of some ones, please feel free to email me, and I'll try and stick them in also, of cover-ups in the media where they have specifically hidden information, suppressed it. In this case, they obviously had this video. It's not like they made it yesterday. They've had this for months and months and months and months and months. And this was very important footage. And I would always say, well, we only have the following angles. We have looking eastward. We have one looking northward. We have a bunch looking south, but we don't have anything coming from the west, basically. Right? Not that I'm going to be direct on the exact directions, but northwest, whatever, right? So why is it they suddenly can find this? Oh, oops. Like RCMP. Oops, we just found this. Really? Nope. They just didn't want to show anybody. I've never seen it before. I've never heard anybody who has said in the Discord group they've seen it before. As soon as this footage came out, people were aghast. We have some over here over in this direction. I'm pointing on the wrong screens. This car is gone by that point, I believe. So why is it that they don't want to show things? Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Sharing helps. Especially if it's nuts. Well, yeah. I hope you're not saying we're nuts, but I really appreciate the sharing, because the sharing does help get the message out. And, there were some messages I saw or I heard about. I didn't actually get to see them myself, which is unfortunate. So if that person wants to contact me, I believe they have the contact information. And again, it is below. I'm more than happy to talk to anybody. Give me some time. Sometimes I'm a bit frazzled and disorganized. But I saw people come back with some defense of us, some people, frankly, some people that I was quite surprised at. And they equally admitted they were surprised that they were doing that. But the reason is because the information is coming from here. It's coming from Paul. It's coming from the group. It's not coming from the mainstream media. They're wanting to hide that. Coming from O'Dear. It's coming from Steve. It's coming from Adrian. And you guys spread it around. When you guys spread it around, more people start talking. When more people start talking, more information comes in. People don't feel alone anymore because they're always waiting, lots of people, for the next guy to come along and stand up. Well, there seems to be quite a number. Oh, I see. Well, that's good to know. I think my grandfather, a fishing captain, would harbor over in Nova Scotia. I remember Dad saying, from Gloucester, Maine. You're from Maine? Welcome. We have some overseas viewers too. who are helping out too. Awesome. So I really do appreciate, obviously, your help. But if you're aware of any other of this kind of funky garbage, I know of a few, but I would like to have a good collection to just kind of demonstrate in a video, not in a, me drawing it out long time. The mainstream garbage that's going on, the lying and gatekeeping, and I'll throw it out because it's true. Gatekeeping. You're keeping all of us from the truth. Why? I know you get $600 million, but really? You've got kids. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Seriously. We all have something in this. Some of us more than others. And I certainly, have, as have many of you, have a vested role in this now and have for some time emotionally, even though we're quite fortunate not to be in that position. But as a support group for other family members, which again, if you are, I welcome talking to you. I really do. I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. You like my shirt? This is what my girlfriend had me made. Salty by nature. Fitting. I like it. Thank goodness we're not in that boat, but we all live in communities. These white shirt mafia clowns, employees of ours, who steal from their own employees, who treat their own employees like crap, meaning regular members on the ground, who are convicted of lying in Parliament. They'll lie to Parliament, even though I don't believe in that balls, haven't for years. Do we have any sense of morality left? If I was a member, and I've heard from a few, I would be truly ashamed of my organization at this point in time. And I would want to clean it up. I want people to look up to me and trust me, believe in me. What you're doing isn't helping. And if you can't see, as in media or certain individuals, if you can't see past your nose, you better get some glasses. I don't care what anybody offers you. Nothing is worth the pain that has been inflicted upon these people. Christmas. They're never going to have a Christmas with their loved one again. Never, ever. All of those memories, all gone. If it was your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, your child, you certainly wouldn't sit there and say, NIMBY, not my problem. Can't deal with it. And I understand the trauma. I do. That this is inflicted upon all of Nova Scotia. Families, all of Nova Scotia, all of Canada. We're all in it. But that gives outside of the family and their circle, friends, etc. The rest of us that, thank God, aren't directly affected by this. can have Christmas dinner, etc., with our loved ones, and will have an obligation to turn our own society around. That's up to us. I will not stand for this bullshit anymore. Ed, howdy. And nor should you. And those of you who may be playing for the other side or sitting on the fence, long-winded as I may be, there is a lot of information gathered by us as a group. I never, ever am in this. I'm not in this for, somebody accused me of, what was it? Popularity or some bullshit? What the, dude, no fucking way. Look at my couch. I can put up cat videos. My channel would get monetized possibly again. Not that I fucking care, because it was not even in an address that I have. It's just bunk. But I'm not in it for money. I never ask for anything. Other YouTubers, other of yous, I know actually, because one of phone today, one of their Christmas presents was related to investigating this. And they were excited about it. This costs, which is nothing. Nothing. That's called being a good citizen. Salty by location. Chutzpah. It is, you guys. Look at the fucking machine. Something comes out from, meaning our end, and I'm being very inclusive. I include everybody. There's not a, over here. It's just truth. Bang. Nobody owns it. We all work for it together. And I hope we work more together, because that's the way it works. Steve. Tara's here. I know there's other family members in here too. I know that there are. On a very, very, very positive note. I wonder, actually, let me check and see if there was an update on that. Nope, not yet. There was a very beautiful event that happened. Christmas Day, no less. And I received probably, some of these emails or phone calls I get, it just like keeps digging at your soul, Really does. But they reached out and let me know. And I was like, I couldn't even answer. What do you say? What do you say to family members? You know? I'm not sure if it's totally public knowledge, so maybe I shouldn't discuss it. And that's the way I like to keep it. You know, I respect privacy. I respect my word. Not that I've given it on that, but I just appreciate the fact that they let me know an event to come out of such tragedy. And I'm sure you guys can obviously put the pieces together, those of you who don't know already. Yet they let me know. And I'm like, won't be quiet. Absolutely. We'll do this. We'll do this. Maisie, Mac, how's it going? Doesn't matter, Trudeau. They're all the same. You know, one day when I get back to my other stuff, because I do things other than on YouTube, other than this. But there is, how many videos are we up to? Well over 100 now of live streaming just on this story. Those are all in playlists. And going back, looking at them sometimes is really interesting because there's stuff in there that still hasn't come out. There's stuff that's just coming out. Basement sometimes the hardest worker. Good luck, Carlos. You're bored to death. Well, run in the background here. Ad list Robin Lee as an owner. Yes. Okay. You're touching into areas that are definitely spicy. Maisie. So, thank you to all of you who do the hard work. The families, thank you. They do. Because they write and they say it. They say thank you to all of you. You who's sitting there right now. They say thank you to all of you here. Started with 4. Helping a friend. And the media is fucking listening. The RCMP are listening specifically to this. That's why they keep bleeding stuff out. It's not out of the good nature of their hearts. It's pressure. When you bust them in lies and you prove something, then they have to come back. The propaganda machine behind that. Oh, you know, look over here, look there, look everywhere but here. No. Hold their feet to the fire. This is what we're looking at right here, right now. Answer me. We're done. We're done at the press conference. No, we're not done. I'll tell you when we're done. You want to be done? Fired! Out of here. Boom. Out. I'm not going to pay money for that. None of you are going to pay money for that anymore. Because it could be your loved one next. And we want to live in a community that is safe, that is honest, that's supportive of one another. Tell your friends, tell your family members. They're not going to want to listen. But you hit them with facts. It's facts that we give. It's not conjecture. Yes, over here, I agree. There's a lot of conjecture. Lots. Because it's people doing different theories, trying to work out different scenarios. Because, well, their police force isn't doing it. And they feel very responsible. Because we are. These are our fellow human beings. The time of turning on bachelorette and bullshit is over. Come on. Nobody stops to help each other repair a tire on the side of the road. What the fuck is wrong with this society? Oh yeah, Canada's worst mass murder. Don't worry. We'll just move along to the next one. It'll happen again. Don't. Can we have some more money so we can not investigate anything, so we can all fuck you over with the media? It's all fun and games here. So we can fuck our own employees over. RCMP members know that they get screwed by the white shirts. They know that. Look at all the PTSD cases. The prevalence, I mean, the articles I have on it, it's just outrageous. Outrageous. The backlog. Where's that? I mean, what the hell are we paying for here? Jesus, whip. They get sacked for speaking a psychiatrist because he tells the truth. Oh, then the RCMP, he who works for the RCMP tells the truth. Oh, they're going to bully him. How about if you give a ticket to a white shirt, then your car catches on fire, you go and rent a car, that catches on fire, and then you get charged with insurance fraud. Sound a little suspicious to you? Perhaps? Just perhaps? Wide Awake. What a name. I mean, he's getting bloomed out by the sunshine. Yeah, I mean, Wide Awake is a very, very, very real thing. We all sit around, we're like, oh, just chat away here. We'll just, nobody text. Nobody sees my DMs. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? They're watching everything. It's really easy to do. All you need is hard drive space and a little bit of AI. Pretty easy. What is it? BabelX? BabelX, I think, is that the latest one they're using? Looks innocuous. Look at how they write it. BabelX is multilingual, geo-enabled text analytics platform. BabelX leverages publicly available information. Not publicly available information from social media platforms, blogs, as in DMs. That's why this needs a big red X on it. forums, news, and other channels. It's everything. BabelX offers cloud-based platform to discover and analyze information in real time, accessible 24/7, 365 from any device with an internet connection and web browser. Full scope digital situational awareness. Let's see. RCMP Project Wide Awake. They know who we all are. Oops. I can spell. Zero privacy. And this is, here we go. You know, you don't want to use TIE? Fine. Fine. Use communist broadcasting. Okay? Not all Canadians are under suspicion. They're fucking lying to you. Just like they're lying to you about Portapique. They monitor everybody and they bank it all. RCMP is not gravel road cops. RCMP is Five Eyes organization. No fucking word of a lie. It's Signet. Top of the top. NSA. Love that Bob Paulson interview. Love it. Bob Paulson likes to step in things. Durr. Not too smart. Documents show RCMP surveillance efforts, cover-ups. Consent is algorithmically policed. RCMP boosts social media, CTV. You know, because I'm full of shit, right? From diseases. There you go. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Hey, Paul. What's the date? Oh, funny that. Canada's National Police Force wants a digital tool. Fuck you, man. They already had it. They had it a long time ago. Uh, 2019? They had it. They've had it forever. To harvest data. Harvest data. Harvest. Collect. Harvest to collect. Not like we look at something and then we throw it away, or we're looking for Gabriel Wardman. Let's put that in and see what we can find. No, what we get is everybody on a sweeping variety of online sources, including the darkest reaches of the internet. You think you can hide? There's a new where you can hide. Anything that is connected to the internet. Your TV, digital cable, this bastardly device, the worst invention in the world ever, bar none. Your car, anything that has a connection to the internet. Harvesting. Putting it all together. Credit cards, bank cards, Groupons, emails, everything. The files that they have on you. I'm speaking to one individual. Each of you individually are massive. Massive. You have and no privacy. The darkest reaches of the internet to provide early information on threats such as disease outbreaks and mass shootings. Oh, I don't like the sounds of that. Do you? Predictive? Can you say predictive? Who predicts? This is just what they're willing to talk about. Because you do understand, following this story as closely as you have, how much they really like to talk, right? Those of you who are unfamiliar with the RCMP, voted the most secretive organization by Canadian journalists. Funny that. I wonder why. We don't need to answer anything. You all go into files. We're all labeled and filed and put away in crap, and anytime they want to dig something up, oh, you know, those dick pics or whatever, oh, they got them. They got them. Oh, but it's secret. It's in my DMs. Nobody's going to see it. Right. Of course not. Man. The software would allow RCMP officer to quickly mine about a person's internet activities. How would it do that? From emoji posting on Facebook to illicit firearm purchase on the so-called darknet. Oh, but I thought that was secret. I thought that was somewhere where you could go. But look about that. Quickly mine data about a person. Well, doesn't that mean that they already have the data to mine? Like they're keeping it all on hard drives? Frankly, I like my ranch. It's quiet. Burn some wood. Got some cows. None of this shit. Garbage. These things destroy. Like, I mean, look at how much they've destroyed kids. It's all they can do. They don't even know how to socialize with each other anymore. People text each other from downstairs, upstairs, like, rather than, hey, how you doing? Or on a date. We're living in retardo world. We've let ourselves, right? Because, well, who was it, the comedian? I forget his name, always. And he said, what if I were to go back in time? You know, I guess this is quite a long time ago. I think he's dead now. Go back 20 years. It's going to be more than that now. Go back like 30 years. Many of us can remember a time when there was no cell phones. Say to you, listen, you know what? I've got this perfect device for you. It can track wherever you go, whoever you see, because that's called metadata. Metadating, it uses contacts list. You know, every time you click the thing that says accept the permissions, accept the click roll agreement, those kinds of things, everybody's like, oh, app, it's free. Oh, yeah, it's free, all right. It's free. Harvesting data and selling it. George Carlin, thank you. George Carlin said, what if I were to tell you I've got this great device for you. You can pay $600. I mean, now we're talking what? I mean, what was this one? I don't know, fucking 15, 1800? Because I don't do contracts. You fucking retardos. I'm not getting locked into that. All right, good night. Good night. Take good care. We'll talk soon. Those of you who don't know, right there. There. Well, whatever. There. That's how it started. With one phone call. Because her brother died. Her brother, her sister-in-law, and her niece. Awesome. In one night. That's basically half her family. Go on. That was pretty nice. George Carlin, you know, I'm going to give you the, I got this. You can pay money for it. It will track wherever you go, everybody you know, every phone call you make, every communication that you have. Every website you've ever been to. Everything about you. Every pair of diapers you've bought online. Whether you like Pampers or whatever. And they've pushed everybody off in the internet now with the COVID. Just buy everything online. Blessings. Blessings to them all. All of them. Because that's our responsibility to help take care of them. Because I'm pretty sure, I know, if I'd made that phone call that night, Tara would be busting her ass. As would my YouTube friends. Lucky, I'm lucky to have that, but I've earned it. And I've made new friends along the way with many of you. Stand up for each other. Well, yes, it's free. Of course it's free. The old phone, yeah. I've got the old phones too. I like them. The dummy phones. Not too dumb. Actually, pretty fucking smart. Real fucking smart. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy. Yeah, they have my conversation too. You know what? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. What are you going to do? Bank it. What are you going to do? Everybody's got skeletons in their closet. I'm not ashamed of mine. If people want to judge me for things I've done, so be it. Because you can't cast stones. We've all done dirt. Some of us, sometimes worse than others. But that's the way it works. You make mistakes, you pick yourself up, you do things, right? About internet activities, okay? Social, quote, social media. Publicly available information. Because you know everything is publicly available, right? I read the Snapchat agreement the other day because girlfriend's son wanted a phone. Not real keen on that. I'm not real keen. So I said, what apps do you want? Snapchat. Well, he's got to figure it out. I gave him lots of information. I said, here's what you're looking at. And I, periodically still give him something when a story pops up because, well, people get hit. Snapchat says quite clearly in their agreement, what you post on here is our property. Our purpose is that we have the intention of destroying it, but sometimes it might not happen. I sense a big loophole there. So anybody who's posting those things, they get destroyed in about 10 seconds or whatever. I'm like, no. No. Oh, yeah. I mean, they were warning people right away in Nova Scotia. Right away. Oh, you're pimping me on Laura. Nobody seems to want to talk to me. Perhaps it's my dirty mouth. I don't know. Or maybe they just don't like the fact that I tell the truth. Got to do what's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello to you. Will be used to identify threats and address public concerns, say the RCMP contract tender. Do you know that this is deleted? It was deleted right away. As soon as it came out, people, every stroke, everything is marked down. Your passwords, doesn't mean shit. They deleted this right away. Didn't want anybody to know about it. Where is it? Let's see if we can get that article and I'll show you. RCI. I think it's this one. Yep. Okay, so this is Radio Canada. Radio Canada. Okay. It's kind of a, I don't know if you want to believe they're garbage, somewhat reputable, right? Okay. Not working for the same organization, say, as this organization right here. You know, the ones that find pants on the side of the road that are totally clean and videos that are nicely fixed and people who just disappear and get in trouble. Let's see here. Here's the contract tender. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh. Oh. Oh, no matches. Uh-oh. What are you talking about? You deleted it? Does it still show it? No, it shouldn't show. Is it lagging behind now? The screen is still showing. CTV, you guys didn't see that article? The RCI, Radio Canada. Oh no, we're not useless. We definitely have purpose, right? Steve's telling you. We're telling you the truth. It's a hard truth. It's a hard truth to face. But it's becoming more and more apparent. And sadly, this tragedy is a microcosm of what is going on. Gives you just some peripheral idea of what the hell is going on. It is out of control. And who do they work for? As you go to your shop, your office, you do paperwork, you get your paycheck, the paycheck has money missing, or you're submitting your taxes, where do they go? To lying shitbag Campbell, your government, your media, because, oh, no, that's private. A 600 million? 600 million, right? correction on that. I always appreciate being corrected, so I'm not talking bullshit. Oh, handy that. They don't mind writing about how much money they're getting. Oh, so they tell you the truth, right? Like they find videos 8 months later. One of many, many cases. None of your business. Hello. Anyway, I don't want to keep you. I always drone on and on. So good to see all of you. Thank you ever so much, as always, to all of you working so hard in the Discord. Great contact information below. Please, if you know anything, please help us. There's nothing in it here for anybody except truth and helping a friend and new friends on the way that we've made, family members, etc., who want answers from their employees, and their employees are fucking them. And we're done with it. We're finished. And they know it, and they're afraid. They're very afraid, and they should be. All of your little games in the background, constructed narratives, bullshit stories that you fucking dream up, that get busted with the little bit of information that you tell between your fucking Sharpies and blank pages and fighting the very people that you employ. Or sorry, that employ you in my court system, fighting me. Are you out of your mind? You want to fight me? You want to fight me? I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I got an army. And it's not an army that wants violence. It wants you fired. You can go clean the toilet, because that's what you deserve until you can get your shit together. You want to be part of our society? Have at. You want to play by the morals and the codes that we have, that we collectively have let slide. We have to take responsibility for this one, people. It is our fault, because we never spoke up. You think back 60 years ago, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters would send their brother, their son, their dad off to die for a cause I'm not going to touch right now. But they would believe in it, and they would die because they wanted to fight for freedom, for truth, for true equality and honesty, for law. It just fills their heads full of trash. I read their kids what they're learning, what they don't lock down. It's crazy. Try going through the syllabuses of what these children learn. I told that story one day of how I asked my girlfriend's daughter how she, what did she learn? And I've obviously done a little homework, so I know what she's learning. or what I can find out. And then I say to her, you know, do they ever tell you at school that you're not supposed to really talk about what you learn at home? And her face. Aw. You know the faces of young ones. They're not very schooled in learning and lying yet. Thank God. He turns red. No. So then I start naming some stuff. Oh, how do you know about that? Because I read. Because I'm interested, because I care, because I love you. Because I want that for everybody. All of you. I love all of you. Except the shitbags. You want to play that game? Let's play. We can do that too. I want to play good and work productively. You keep telling us this is getting better. Have you noticed how better it's getting? Have you noticed? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The posters of how to perform anal sex in grade 5. Excuse me? Pardon? Nope, not getting better. Yeah. That's the thing. Parents generally paid attention. I see some parents, not all parents, obviously. There's some really great parents out there, but I see some parents these days fucking scary. They're like, oh yeah, my 13-year-old, he drinks at home. He does dope. We have girls over sleeping over. I'm like, excuse me? Well, what? No. Oh, but you're not cool. You can go fuck yourself. How about that? I'll show you cool. It's hip to be square. Because hopefully, kids that I have some influence on, God kids, whatever, right? They'll grow up. They'll be the ones slaving away, sadly, to take care of your bum children. If they make it that far. Paying for them in prison or whatever. No. Not getting better. Yeah. Yep. It is. It's coming out. Honesty, truth, goodness. Golden rule will prevail. Because good people don't want to hurt one another. Some guy said something to me in the store yesterday. I failed, Steve. I apologize. I failed. You know, I try to maintain my cool. And I'm pretty good for the most part. There's some jackass who said something to me in the store yesterday. It's like, listen, sir, as he's wheeling away. Why don't you get your ass back here? Be a man. Yeah, that's how tough you are. You're jealous. You're jealous because I don't wear a mask. Now, it's going to piss some people off, and I don't want to bring the politics into it. I don't, because we need all of us together. You may disagree with me on a lot of things. Somebody pointed that out in the comments. I may disagree with him on tons of stuff. But at least truth comes out. Truth comes out from here. from you. From you. Hey, Dave. Anyway, do have a great day. Try and get outside. It's great down on the East Coast, I hear. The weather's pretty nice. Windy, I heard. Guys, like, what the hell, man? Here we got fucking tons of snow. Lots of snow. Don't let it bog you down. Reach out. Say when things bother you. You see me cry. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Happens sometimes, even to men. Funny that. I don't think it means I have no balls. Last time I was told, not happen. Didn't happen. Let's just have a quick boo here. Are we leaves on the altar or strong branches? Like that. Like that. Yeah. I'm not trying to incite anything. Nope. Just common sense. Good brains. Like we all have. That's why this channel's named that. Rona. What's going on? Nighttime podcast in the house. Well, coffee's empty. I guess it's a great time to wrap up. Do take care. God bless everybody. We'll see you soon.